Okay, I think that'll work. Hi guys, welcome to the 4th installment, week 4 for the February Movie Marquee Challenge. I'm Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? I've already told you what this is. Usually I do the introduction the other way around. I'm Heather, Movie Marquee. We're switching it up. Never know what you're going to get with me. Oh, I was going to say here's Maverick, but you may hear him. If you have obviously noticed, I'm in my living room, dining room area here because David and Otis are sleeping. Maverick and I are hanging out down here, and it's easier to hang out with a playful Maverick in this area than in my yarn rooms. Than either one of my yarn rooms, I should have said. So we're here for the Movie Marquee Challenge. What is the Movie Marquee Challenge, you may ask, if you haven't joined in any of last year or thus far this year. Last year, Sandy from Crochet Canada and I started this little voyage where it was a year-long monthly challenge that we had done, where we had picked movies at random. 1 month Sandy, 1 month me, and now this year it is being hosted with me. I don't know with this microphone, I don't know if you can hear him, but he's got like one of his favorite toys is a ball, so he's like scampering around like crazy. Anyway, sorry. Me, Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts, and Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks. Both of these lovely ladies are linked down below because trust me, you want to check them out if you don't know them already. Not only because A, they're awesome and interesting and have all the yarny goodness that you may be interested in, but B, they are also doing the movie draws, so you won't always see them from me, you will see them from them too. So you want to be joining up with them too. Anyway, I interrupted myself several times on that thought. We take turns drawing the movies, and we pick a movie a month. This month was Bella's month. We show you the movie poster. Occasionally, I'm also checking in on him because he's being a little rambunctious with his favorite toy. And we show you the movie poster, and from that we pick colors for inspiration and we make a project. You'll see what I'm doing in a moment if you haven't yet. Bella is doing... What are you doing over there? Bella is doing full blankets, at least so far. She has the option, of course, to change, as would anyone else throughout the year. Samantha is doing squares and different, you'll have to see, she's doing different things that pertain to the same project that she'll end up with by the end of the year. And we are also inviting you guys to join along. I have my Facebook group linked down below. We're inviting you to take inspiration from the movie poster also, or if that movie poster just doesn't really jive with you and you want to pick your own, go ahead and post the movie poster that you're going to work with and the project that you come up with for it. You don't have to do blankets, you don't have to do cardigans, you could do amigurumis, hats, cowls, purses, you could do market bags, you could do dog sweaters, dog beds, you could do curtains, you could do bunting, like bunting, decoration bunting. Those aren't crocheted, but my ghosts are back there. You could do anything that you want, anything you want, with the movie colors in the poster that we choose or that you choose, and post them in our Facebook group. And it's just fun. I myself am attempting to use yarn out of my collection. I'm using he's really rambunctious tonight. Like, I started the video and he's like, oh. What are you gonna do? You're gonna play, you wanna come up and say hi? Come up here. Everybody wants to see you. You wanna come up and say hi? Come here. Come up here. Say hi. Say hi, Maverick. Say hi. Oh, that's enough of that. Okay. He said, he's just busy playing. Do you want me to throw this? Can Can I show them your toy? Can I show them? This is his favorite toy at the moment. Oh, and he's not going back to mom because all she does is throw it. Anyway, I'm trying to use yarn from my collection. A lot of it, and you'll see, like if you're not familiar with what I'm doing, you'll see why in a minute, but a lot of it is I have like some floppy skeins of yarn that are partially used. I have some sizable balls of yarn, which I actually put away now that I finished the project, so I don't have them all to show you, but in the last 3 videos I showed you all the different ones that I used for the month. But yeah, so you'll see, you can go back and see like all the different ones that I used that were mostly all just scraps. I think there was only one new skein that I broke into, and it ended up being quite floppy this month because it was my like more dominant color that I used. But yeah, so I'm getting rid of a lot of things. Last year I tried not to buy one single thing. I used all for my collection, and I believe I was completely successful. And I'm aiming to be successful at that again this year. I'm aiming to not really buy anything new. Like, I'm going to buy the yarn to show you guys. We're not going to get into all that again. I'm going to end up buying things, but I'm aiming not to like go crazy buying things, and I'm going to try my best to use up stuff here instead. That being said, I will show you. So the project that I'm doing, if you are not familiar yet, is it started out as a crochet along. It is the Anno 19, hold on, I do have the information here. I wrote it down in my other room, but since I'm sitting out here, it is the Anno 1926 cal, and that is linked. It'll always be linked down below. All the information is always down below this year because, what are you doing? Sorry for all the Maverick interruptions. At least they're cute interruptions, right? It's the Anno 1926 crochet along. It's linked down below because there's a link to all 17 parts. I believe that's just the playlist itself I linked in case you're interested in it. But the designer is a different person than the person who is doing the crochet or the videos. The videos are by Tanya Lace, L-E-I-S, and that is the channel that is hosting it, which is the linked videos. Now, like I said, there are a lot of parts. There's 17 parts to it. I stopped midway through part 2 because the crochet along is to make an entire blanket, and part 2 makes a diamond, or at least where I stopped, it makes a diamond. And I used so like you have the diamond and I cornered out the diamond corners to make a rectangle, so I have a tile per month. That's what I'm doing. And they want you to choose 9 colors for the crochet along, which I don't have to do that because, like, if you follow like color A, B, C, if you assign the colors and do the parts as they're assigned, I wouldn't even use all, like I'd use like 4 or 5 colors, I think, on the first 2 parts for as far as I got along in it. So, but I have so far used all 9 colors that I picked. This month I used 9 colors plus black to border it. Last month, black was one of my 9 colors. Now I'm going to start by talking about the bad parts of the design, not the design itself, what I did to it after I rectangled it off. The design itself is amazing. I'm very happy with the way it came out. So here is the finished rectangle. Now turn it on its side maybe too, so it's a little bit easier. So as you can probably imagine, my addition to it is the corners here where it's striped all the colors that I've used. And I decided, since I predominantly used the brown and light brown through it, because Goonies is, oh, I never gave you the, here is the 10 minutes in, here's the movie, which is Goonies. I guess I assumed since we were on week 4 that you guys may have already known what movie we were doing, but if you've never joined, you don't know. Goonies is the movie. This is gonna be a quick flash of it, but since I've already shown you. So I focused a lot on the browns of the poster, and then there's a lot of colors of the treasure that are in here, which is why the other colors are just sort of sprinkled in, because there's like the rubies, the emeralds, the sapphires, which are the popped out gems, and there is the gold for the treasure. The orange is only thrown in for the lettering. Like I said, this was like this in the water feature towards the back of the poster was like white and blue for the light shining on it, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's how it turned out, and I'm very happy with the actual pattern, the video tutorial and the pattern. I'm very happy even with my cornering. I just need to watch, I think, my tension, because like right up in here, it gets pretty tight. So you can see that it, well, you might not be able to see as well, but when I lay it out, I can tell for sure that towards the corners, it kind of curves in a little bit. And I don't know how well, it's definitely wavier than I wanted it to be, which maybe you can see it better that way. It's paired with my last month's right here too, but they're wavy here. I did learn, now I'm gonna get to like the better things that I'm talking about too. Because it pulls in so much in the corners look pretty sharp also, like they thin out. What are you doing out there? Mommy doesn't trust you in the kitchen. Come here. Come here, Maverick. What are you doing out there? What are you doing? Your ball's over here. What are you doing? Huh? Sweet stuff? What are you playing with in the kitchen that's making that noise? Poor baby. He's so bored without me. He's like, what are you on video for, Mom? You're not paying attention to me. So sorry. The parts where it gets better is this top part. There is a wrinkle right here, but it definitely wrinkles less here than it does here on the side, where I'm trying to point my fingers down here, because I feel like I learned where to make better tension and things with my stitches. Also, where it's joined, because, okay, now that I can show you the actual join, where it's joined, it does pop out because those corners were pointy, right? But the actual join is not that wavy. It gets wavy towards the bottom because, again, that's where the corners are. It's like when I'm holding it straight up and down, it looks a little wavy at the corners, right? But where it is joined, it's pretty flat. And when I lay it flat, this wavy corner where my head is now, hi, Maverick. This wavy corner where my head is not that wavy either. It lays pretty flat. It just kind of scrunches in. So I believe when I join other squares to it, it will be okay. It'll flatten out. And why am I still holding it on my head? I don't know. And I believe also that when I do the border, so that the tops and the bottoms, where they're obviously going to still be wavy and bunched, I think the border will straighten it out pretty nicely. And believe me, I'm talking about the pattern itself, not about my work, so I'm not trying to sound full of myself when I say this. But honestly, this is so beautiful. Like already with just 2 tiles put together, it's so beautiful that I don't mind if this ends up being a little bit scrunchy. I think it's very pretty. I'm also going to insert a picture somewhere, or maybe over the whole screen. Yesterday I laid it out on my floor with a picture of Maverick for size, because I mean, you can probably tell too with me holding it up that it's a pretty sizable blanket already. So I think also just the size of it is going to iron it out a little bit, I guess. I think it's going to be okay. And like I said, even if it is a little bit wonky, I don't care, because like this is very pretty. I think that one day I wouldn't mind doing the whole blanket. Well, the critique I have, here's the critique I have with it, just really quick. So the idea behind the Anno 1926 cal, and this may be right up your alley, so like if it is, go for it, because it's a really well written pattern. It's a really well explained video. It's wonderful in that aspect. But okay, so like where I stopped, and I kind of laugh about it, but like it's not really a laughing matter like with the actual thing. Like I'm not making fun of it, is what I mean. The designer, this is meant to be kind of like a visit, I believe it said, to her like childhood, like her memories of growing up. And I think she's Dutch. So like, for example, like I'm trying to, in the design, to make these other colors and hope they don't all look like, but these are flowers, these are like tulips or whatever. I don't necessarily want them to all look like tulips. So hopefully as the color schemes go, they won't end up looking, you know, tulipy or flowery. But that is what the design is meant to be. But like that's just an example. And then like I want to say this was maybe meant to be originally like, maybe it was like a water fountain or a lily pond or something like that. I can't fully remember, I'm not gonna lie. But there's like an explanation to a lot of it. And the part where I stopped and where I kind of laugh at is right past this border, the next part that would have been in the blanket is where you make, and it looks like it really does in the video if you watch it. There's a row of little Dutch girls, and they really do look like little Dutch girls. And because I'm guessing like maybe she grew up in Holland, or maybe she visited Holland, or I don't know the story behind it. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to incorporate like actual people into the blanket and things like that. That's why I stopped. But like as you keep going, there are silhouettes of, I believe, like cats in it, and I think there's like a moon or a sunset or something like that on it, and there's different flowers looking things. It's very pretty, it's very detailed, and it takes, like I said, like this almost like cross pattern, makes it into a diamond that goes into like almost like an eye shape, because it starts to round out. That gets turned into kind of a rectangle with like frilly corners. That starts to round out into, like you would think it was starting to round out on the sides, but then it squares out. It ends up being a rectangular blanket. It's very, very in-depth and pretty. So like, if it's up your alley of something to make, it's like, it's right up there along the lines of like the hooked on sunshine type patterns, or like the Phoenix blankets and things like it, where you change colors every row and you just make very detailed patterns, even with some of the simpler stitches, but you do like a lot of different things. It's like that. It's very nice. So I don't know, like I was gonna say, like at the end of all of this, I would be tempted to go back and make an actual blanket. I don't know if making it with like the little Dutch girls are really honestly sticking me. Like I may not want to make it because of that. I don't know. But if you like the look of that, like the rest of the blanket, in my opinion, is beautiful. Like I'm staring at the video thumbnail honestly right now because I'm at my desk. Sorry, I wasn't trying to. That's where I was getting the information since I didn't have it written down. But anyway, that is where I got the idea for this tile work anyway, was that. And I think it's really pretty. And I just think that it's also, obviously, with all the different colors of the movies, it's so versatile. So we'll see. In a day or two, Samantha will have her picks out, and I'll have a reaction video from me and from Bella. So if you're not subscribed to Samantha, you will not know earlier than later what the pick will be. So make sure you're subscribed to her, and make sure you're subscribed to Bella. And yeah, we'll have that out for you. So when you see my next video, I'll show you the yarns that I have chosen when I find out what Samantha has picked also. So until then, thanks for joining us, and I will see you very soon. All right, I'm gonna go. Maverick is being strangely quiet, and these puppies are kind of like toddlers. When they're being quiet, there may be something to worry about, right? All right, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.